Hello, welcome to the MastoCast episode 105. Apologies, the intro is not there. Basically, I installed a new version of Cubase, updated it, and I did a lot of moving about with folders and stuff like a couple of weeks ago onto a big hard drive, and it's not locating post Yeehaw, which is from my second solo EP, another bedroom EP, and so I've just had to do it by mouth, and I will find it for you, and I will put it back in soon. And I'm in a bit of a rush because I've got a night shift tonight, and I want to get this done before then. Hello, how's it going? How are you doing? Welcome in to MastoCast episode 105. I'm Dan Dixon from Dan Dixon Music as well. But yeah, sorry it's been a while. It's been like over a month, I think. I think the next episode was meant to be a slam dunk review, actually. It was, yeah. I was meant to do that with Haley. Not her fault, obviously. It was my fault. I'll be honest. Not believing in my content, not believing in myself. I thought the last few podcasts I did were a bit crap. And just the heat. Couldn't be bothered to sit in this room in the heat and do it. To be honest, I was just being pretty damn lazy, and it's a bit crap, really. And I should have put more time into this. And I think, saying, I'm going to do these episodes every fortnight now when I can, I don't think that's helped much either. I think that's made it worse. So I want to try and do it every week now and just pull my finger out, do something that I enjoy doing, because I do actually enjoy doing this. But yeah, just for a while I just wasn't really believing in the content that I was providing, and I was thinking like people aren't going to be interested. But I'm going to try properly, and but Slam Dunk was good. In a nutshell, it was really good. It was one of the best ones. It was nice and sunny. It was beautiful. Got sunburned. But yeah, it was great. That was a great one, that. And yeah, been playing a lot of video games as well. Completed Eco. That was amazing. That was really, really good. 6 hours gameplay. Highly recommend it to y'all. If you've got a PS3 or a PS2. You can get it on PS2 and the HD thingy. But yeah, stunning game. Really highly recommend it. And I've started playing GTA 5, and I'm about 15 hours into it again, and I'm like, God, this game is so good. It is so good. Like, I'm just getting really, really pumped for GTA 6 when that comes out. And, yeah. But yeah, I'll have, like, a proper catch-up with yous, and, like next week, probably, I'll have, like, a proper catch-up with yous, because this week is actually all about Outbreak Festival 2026. Outbreak Festival in Manchester at the BEC. And, I've gone about Outbreak a lot. And it is probably my favourite festival. Definitely favourite, like, non-camping festival. That sort of thing. But, yeah, I've gone on about Outbreak quite a lot. And fun fact, for those who don't know, the second episode of MastoCast, which came out in 2023, was the review of Outbreak of that year, 2023. And yeah, this kind of marks like the 3rd year anniversary of the podcast, so that's great. Thanks for sticking with us, if you have. And, if you dropped off, I don't blame you. But, yeah, we're back. It is already boiling in this room. Oh my God. And yeah, I'm sorry if this feels all rushed. Like I say, I've got a night shift tonight. I've got to try and get this done before I get ready for it and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to try my best for you to give you a good episode and get it out there. Because yeah, I need to do better, really. I really do need to do better. And yeah, anyways, Outbreak Festival. Big ass lineup containing some really big ass bands. Some small, different genres. Still a hardcore festival at its core, but with a bunch of different acts that stray a little bit away from the genre, which is really, really cool. It's really, really cool. And, there's been a lot of discussion about, is Outbreak a hardcore festival? and I would still argue it is. Like, we've still got like a little platform stage dive off and stuff like that, and people two-step. And we have bands like Trapped Under Ice play, and Converge. So I would argue, yes, it still is for me. And I believe this is the first year of Outbreak that we hadn't had any hip-hop this year. Unless you count one of the bands, which is Gridiron. They're more of a hardcore band, but like hardcore Limp Bizkit, if you like. But I'll get into them a little later. But yeah, it's straight away from the hip hop, which I was a little bit gutted about, to be honest, because I quite liked having hip hop at Outbreak, and I've seen some great acts play there. And like from Death Grips, Denzel Curry, L Sweatshirt, and many others. And it's like Flatbush Zombies and all these other hip hop acts, and it was always a great festival with like the hip hop. I didn't mind it all that much, and I think there has been like some complaints of people just been like, no, I don't want this at my hardcore festival, and I hope that's not the case like going forward. I generally hope like it comes back, whether it comes back next year or like any time after that. I welcome it back. I genuinely do, because yeah, I like that shit. Blend that in with the hardcore. It makes sense to me. I genuinely think it makes sense. But yeah, so this year they had a Friday, which was like last year it was like completely hip hop, and this time they made it so that it is like a half day. So like the first band didn't start until 5 o'clock, and that was more like we use like in brackets like Tumblr emo bands or Midwest emo bands, whatever you want to call it, like pop punk emo, that sort of stuff. So on that Friday there was bands like Pool Kids, 3-4, Tiger's Jaw, Kiss on Camera, Tooth, Bands of Composure, Love Rarely, Joyce Manor, Algernon Cadwallader, and The Front Bottoms. And yeah, that was on the Friday, and the rest of the weekend is like your typical sort of Outbreak stuff that's on. And you know what? I didn't get to the Outbreak Friday until really, really late on. Like, I didn't get there till about 7:30, as I had a bit of carry on, really. So unfortunately, on starting off on a bit of a bad note here. On a Friday, like my pet budgie, Bobo, passed away, and it was just as I was about to set off. I was going to give him his medicine because he was feeling very sick. And unfortunately, he literally just passed away in my hand. So, obviously, that kicked my ass. And I had to, sort of arrange to get him, cremated and stuff like that, and everything. I was hoping to catch Haley before, getting back home and stuff like that. And she had like a really bad traffic jam on the way home, so I was like, oh, God, I'm gonna have to go, otherwise I've completely missed the day, which I still feel terrible about. But so yeah, that was a bit of a sour start, really. Which sucked. Both of us. So this episode's dedicated to Bobo. It's dedicated to Bobo. And yeah, so I didn't get there on site until about 7:45, really. So I walked in halfway through Balancing Composure's set, and like they had the two stages on the Friday. So they had the indoor stage and they had the third stage. The main stage is outdoors, and yeah, so for the Friday they just had like the indoor ones. So yeah, I walked in and done Balancing Composure's set, and they were good. I don't know too much about Balancing Composure, to be honest. Like, I really liked their album that came out before they split up. I forget what it's called, but it was really cool. Like, it went a bit more shoegazy, a bit more experimental for them, and I was really into that when it came out. And I didn't start listening to the earlier stuff until a lot later on down the line. So I listened to a little bit of Separation and a little bit of The Things We Think We're Missing. And that was actually an anniversary set of those first two albums. So the basically played albums for those. The basically played songs for those two albums. Light We Made is the album I'm thinking of. That's a fantastic album. It's really good. Excuse me. So yeah, I walked in and I think they were playing Quake not the video game, the song Quake. As I was walking in, I was getting to the bar, getting a drink and stuff like that. And like the set sounded good. They had a lot of cool visuals on the video wall and stuff. They played Quake. Of course, they played I Tore You Apart in My Head, and yeah, just I don't know much from the things we think we're missing, which is the second album. I don't know all that much from that, but they are, you know, a lot of people were there for them. A lot of people enjoy that band. I think they had like a big, massive stage invasion point during Tore You Apart in My Head. So yeah, Balance Composure were good. I went to the bar during Love Rarely set. I didn't bother watching them really. And then I went to watch Joyce Manor, and I fucking love this band so much. They're so good. They just brought out an album earlier this year called I Used to Go to This Bar, which is really good. It's 19 minutes long. Like, Joyce Manor songs are genuinely like really short. Like, they range between a minute and a half to 2 minutes, like if they're feeling progressive. Like, you know, some songs like 1 minute long. And the more they went on the stage, you know, like, obviously I mentioned like how shitty I was feeling, and they were like the spring in the step that I really needed. They opened with the first track off the new album, which has got like the massive chorus where it's like, freight train coming down the track and it almost gave me a heart attack. I know where Mark Chen lives, which is the first track of that album. It was fucking great. 40 minutes set, 20 songs. How about that? 20 fucking songs. Like, in the space of 40 minutes. Take a sip of my coffee. And yeah, just hit after hit after hit. You know, stuff from Never Hungover Again, stuff from Cody. I'm pretty sure they played like songs from every album. Like, not every song that they've wrote, but they've made sure they play a song from every album. So, you know, they've stuff from the self-titled, stuff from $1 Million to Kill Me, and yeah, they were just so good. They were just so good. Like, they don't fuck about. They just get up there, play. They sound great, awesome, and the crowd like really do like sing really loud for them. And like, for the new album as well, which has just come out this year, like, they're well into that. And yeah, so Joyce Manor was just so good. They're so good. Band of the day out of the the 3 bands I've seen, because I saw a bit of the third stage headliner, which is Algernon and Codwaller, who I have no idea who they are, and I'd never heard the name. And it was like sort of twinkly, mathy, sort of emo sort of stuff, which I'm not really bothered about these days. Like tiny moving parts, that sort of thing. They sounded good, like, for what I heard. I don't believe they come to the UK often. I think they might have reformed or something, but there was a lot of buzz about them coming here. And you know, 2 of my friends who were there at the time, like, were just really, really, really excited for Algernon Codwaller. I thought they were fine, not for me. And the next band, the Front Bottoms, who headlined, they were playing an album from front to back, but I can't remember what it's called. We didn't see them. Like, we fucked off. Like, it was hot. The Front Bottoms, I'm not bothered about them. Because Friday is like a separate thing, not all of us went, so it was like literally me, my friend Graham, and James. Like, we all went there, and we were like, Front Bottoms? Yay or nay? Nah. And like, one of the lads went to go see Knock Loose on the night, so he wanted to get out, have a nap, then to see Knock Loose, because they were playing that after midnight show at the Albert Hall. So he wanted to get going, and to be honest, the band name Front Bottoms, I really don't like it. It's not enough for me to want to hear the music. And I did hear a little bit, and I was like, nah, it's not for me. Not for me. And so we were just like, shall we just go back to the hotel and drink some beers? And we did that. And that was the Friday. Literally 3 bands. All I saw, really. But Joyce Manor were the best of that bunch, really were. But yeah, it's always a cool little pre-show that Friday, just having like 2 stages on. It's not too rammed or anything. It's just nice. And yeah, we got to the Saturday, which is we're in like full Outbreak territory here. Like this is Outbreak, and we are hardcore. 3 stages, outdoor stages, the lot, and yeah, this is the one people are fucking signing up for. So Saturday, everyone appeared. Like loads of friends appeared. Like a lot of people ended up being at the festival. So shout out to the lot of all my friends from Hartlepool, from Leeds, and from down south, Sussex and all. Like you all know who you are if you listen to this. I had such a good time with everyone. It was great, and just like everyone getting there on the Saturday, it was just awesome. And you know, it was still it was hot on that Saturday, but it wasn't quite as yucky as the night before. Like the Friday, like was just an absolute sweat box. It was horrible. It was so humid, but like the humidity went away for a little bit, and like it was still hot. It was around about 30 degrees, but yeah, it was a bit more manageable on the Saturday. Well, the first band went to go see is a band called Truck Violence, which I've never heard of before. Until like about the day before I went to the festival, I started seeing like these sort of suggested reels of Truck Violence, and like I was like, oh, these sound all right actually. They sound kind of like Chat Pile, and I thought, well, there's no one else on. I'll go watch them, and they were really good. They were really, really good. I really enjoyed them. Like really, really chaotic, very angular, and just noisy. They've got that Chat Pile sound, but they were really good. I was kind of worried it was going to be like, is this just like Home Bargains Chat Pile? But they did it really, really well. And yeah, they're like absolute freaks on that stage. It sounded massive. Like they're running everywhere. Bass player looked like Napoleon Dynamite, the lot. So yeah, Truck Violence were great. I'm definitely going to be giving those a bit more of a listen. They were awesome. And then next up on that same second stage was Bodyweb, who I really like. I believe it's one of the members from Higher Power who is fronting them, who plays guitar also. And Bodyweb are really cool. They've got like a sort of like Code Orangey sort of sound. Kind of like underneath Code Orange, but a bit lighter, I think. But yeah, they were really cool. They were really, really cool. Like they got some guy on like DJ decks and stuff, like DJ decks, like, you know, turntables and stuff. And yeah, they were really cool. A lot of energy. There was a lot of people there for them. I picked up a cassette at the end of their set. So yeah, Bodyweb, they were really good. Very much full of energy. And then I went to the main stage because there was a secret set, and a lot of people were sort of trying to guess who it was going to be. It was going to be like it might be Guilt Trip, it might be Static Dress, just to the people who've got albums out at the moment who were like touring. Last year it was Loathe, and their set didn't go down really too well because their click track was played through the PA. But it ended up being Static Dress, which I was a bit like, okay. But I genuinely do like this band. I really like them. Their new album, which came out a few weeks ago, Injury Episode, is really fucking good. It's brilliant. I've been playing it a lot over the past few weeks. And, you know, but at the same time, I was kind of a bit like, oh, you got Static Dress as your secret band. Okay. And I'm only like that because I literally see them at every festival or every support act. They are around a lot. And of course, I'm not going to turn stuff down or anything like that. But yeah, I literally saw them like a few weeks prior at Slam Dunk and, you know, do this pretty much the same set. I saw like the first few songs. I just hung about for there. And yeah, but like it was quite a humorous start though, because the guitar player like walked out, and you could see like it almost looked like the title fight floral green logo, but it was blurred. And the guitar player started playing "Safe in Your Skin," like the intro to one of the title fight songs, and people just went fucking mad. Like, do people really think this is title fight right now? Because I knew it was fucking Stack Dress, and like I could see the drum kit with the album cover, like. But at the same time, I was thinking, are they going to do a title fight set? So like, he's playing this guitar intro, people were going fucking nuts. I was like, oh my god, it's a title fight, and like the logo sort of like becomes Static Dress, still in that floral green logo font, and then it just goes off the screen and says sorry, and then it comes up with the Static Dress logo, and then Ollie comes out and goes, yo, what's up, we're Guilt Trip. So I was like, that's a funny start. But I was a bit like, well, I've seen this, I'm very hungry. So I watched like the first few songs and they were sounding great. And yeah, Static Dress are a great band, but I was hungry, so I just during their set, I just went to go to Big Mouth Gyoza and ate the best fucking festival ever, because Big Mouth Gyoza is the best. Coffee hydration break. There we go. Next up, Touche Amore. Not just any Touche Amore set. They are playing stage 4 in full. And let me tell you, the crowd showed up for Touche Amore. It was rammed. So much so that I couldn't get into the first, what's it called? Like, mosher zone bit. You have to go through these barriers. You got like a wristband on, like, I'm sure I've talked about it on previous episodes before. You gotta go through this system to get like really close to a band. Otherwise, it's just a barrier all the way around, like the front section. I couldn't get in there, and there's been a lot of arguments about they're not letting enough people in, because I fucking agree. They were doing that a lot. There was a lot of people like waiting outside, but still, like, Touche Amore was, they had a lot of people. I could not get in that front section at all, which I was really gutted about, because I love Stage 4. It's an incredible album. And so I had to watch from far back. And unfortunately, the sound wasn't good from where I was stood. I could tell they were having a good set. And, I love them songs from that album. Touche Amore were really good. I just wish I got really a lot closer. They played stage 4 from front to back. It was amazing, and it's worth noting as well, like, there was someone who was doing a speech beforehand, and unfortunately I couldn't really hear what she was saying, because again, like, the sound was a bit bad from where I was stood. But she was doing like a speech on the rise above cancer, which is, quite a big deal. And Stage 4 by Touche Amore is about Jeremy Bowen's mum, who died of cancer. And, it's a really emotional album and that sort of thing. So, it was cool that they got this woman up to do a speech about rise above cancer. Like I say, I couldn't get what she was saying because of where I was stood. Like, the sound was it was just too quiet for her. But I'm glad that she got her message across. So there was a lot of stalls up there for that that particular, charity, which is really, really cool. So yeah, big up Rise Above Cancer. But yeah, Touche Amore, they played the album. It was great, and they played a few hits after that. Like, they played stuff from Departing the Sea and Survived By, and they played like some of the later ones as well, like from the last 2 albums. So like, it wasn't just like a nostalgia set or anything. Like, they played a lot of the material from all their other albums, and like they ended with like the usual like Touche Amore always closed with the same song, and what's it called? It's off like one of the really earlier albums. It's off To Beat the Dead Horse, and I forget what it's called. I think it's Honest Sleep. It's like, I'm losing sleep. It's like it's one of those big, massive stage invasion songs. But yeah, Touche Amore were great. Although the next band, and this is probably going to go down as my favourite set of the weekend, Hi-Vis. My God, I fucking love this band so much. They are So good. I've seen them a few times now. I saw them. First time I saw them was Outbreak 23, and I was thinking this band are fucking something special. No one sounds like this. Saw them at their headliner at Newcastle, Anarchy Brew, and they were back again for the main stage slot at Outbreak. They were amazing. They were absolutely amazing. On fire. Playing a lot of material from the first 3 albums. They were just so good. The sun was out for them. It was perfect weather. They've just got this really cool anthemic fucking Britpop beats hardcore sound that no one else is doing. And it just sounds amazing. Mine's a Lie it made me fucking shed a tear. Like, it was just so good. And ending on Trauma Bonds is like an all-timer song. Like, their second album, I forgot what it's called. Is that one called Trauma Bonds? I can't remember. No, Blending. That's what that one's called. But yeah, the song Trauma Bonds, that's the one they've finished with. And just that song is just incredible. Like, they played that after doing Mine's a Lie, and I was just like fucking felt like I was crying. It was a lot. And like Choose to Lose in the set list as well, like that is fucking brilliant. Walking Wires. They are a special band. I love them, and I think they should be way bigger than what they are. And they had a really big crowd as well, and I managed to get in that front section as well. They were perfect. They were absolutely perfect. And yeah, incredible. Went over to the second stage to see the twink metalcore band, which is I Promise the World. I think I might have mentioned them on this podcast briefly. Like, they brought out an EP early this year, which is literally like fucking early noughties metalcore, like fucking Poison the Well, maybe Attack Attack. They got the fringes. They wear all black. Like Misery Signals. Like they were really fucking good, man. Like, they sounded massive. And it was their first time overseas as well, first time in the UK. I believe they come from Texas, if I'm right. I know they're from America somewhere, but I think they're from Texas. But yeah, first time overseas. Got a big crowd, a load of people stage diving for them and stuff. They had a lot of energy. They sounded big. I Promise the World was sick. They were really, really cool. And I think they basically played their full EP. They've probably played some songs that like hadn't been released as of yet. But they've literally just got that EP, and that's it. So yeah, there'll be a bit more from that band, I'm sure. After that, I saw a little bit of Pup. Like, I just went out to get a beer, saw a bit of Pup, and I've not seen Pup in like 10 years. And I've not listened to them for a long time as well. Like, I was really into The Dream Is Over. That came out in 2016, and I really liked Morbid stuff that came out after that. But like, for some reason, I just not really caught up with them. Like, the past couple of albums just completely passed me by. But Pup are really cool. They were really, really good. They played a lot of songs from Dream Is Over because it was the 10-year anniversary of it. But yeah, they were really cool. And like, them songs have just not really escaped me at all, because like I was watching them and I was like, I'm not listening to this album in years, and I was just like singing every word. They were really, really good, and it's made me like sort of like just appreciate that band a lot more, and just be like, well, I shouldn't really sleep on them anymore. I should really like get into Pup a bit more, start listening to them, and yeah, they were great. They were really, really great. I saw a little bit Higher Power. They played the second stage quite late on, 7:30 they played, and they had a big crowd, and it was really, really nice and refreshing to see, because I've always seen like High Power on like really odd times at festivals and stuff like that, playing to not many people. Like, they even played Outbreak like a couple of years ago on the main stage. Like, they were like first or second on, and there wasn't that many people there, and I felt bad for them. But this time, like, a lot of people showed up for them, and they sounded really good. I've seen Higher Power a lot of times, so I watched a little bit because they were on straight after Pup, and I wanted to get a good spot for Loathe, so I left a little bit earlier. But Higher Power were good, as per usual. But it's really good to see that they got a really big crowd this time. And like it's mad because like they're like sort of they're like a really like a lot of people love them like within the hardcore scene. Like every time like a band from America or just in or any hardcore band in general comes over to like Leeds or whatever, even if Higher Power aren't on the bill, like they will give them a shout out. Like Turnstile will come over and be like, "Oh, this one's for Higher Power," or whatever. Like a lot of people like really, really do look up to Higher Power. So, excuse me. So it's good to see that you know they're getting the flowers, which is lovely. And Loathe are back, sub-headlining on the main stage. I was very excited to see Loathe, even though I've seen them quite a lot. They've brought out some new music recently, and they've got a new album coming out in a couple of weeks. Very excited for that. And you know, the last year Outbreak set, like it didn't work out well for them because, like I said, the click track was playing out of the fucking PA, so that sucked. So having Love come back, I was like, fuck yeah, nice one. They went straight into the set. It sounded massive. It sounded huge. It sounded big. And fortunately, we got a bit of the same set as we did at Outbreak last year, but without the fucking click track playing for the PA. So that didn't happen, which was good. They played 2 new songs that are coming out from the new album, and they had a big issue at one point. Someone got injured in the pit, which obviously isn't very nice. They had to pause the set for about, it was quite a long time. It was probably about 10-15 minutes. And it will have meant that they've had to cut certain songs when they came back on. They fucking, like, they've released a song a couple of weeks ago called Fangs, right? And it's unbelievable. And I've been waiting for them to play this song live. And I think because, like, of that injury, I would have liked to think they would have played it, but because of that injury, like that probably would have been where they'd play that song. And they didn't. I was really, really gutted. It was more or less the same set as we got, because the other 2 songs, like, no, the one song was already released, Gifted from Strength, and so they played another, like, one of the other new songs that came out, like, a couple of months ago, so that was good to hear live. But it was more or less the same set, like, same songs from the previous album that came out. It's been 6 years since the Loathe album. I've been fucking chomping at the bit for a Loathe album. And I was hoping the album would come out before Outbreak, but it's not out yet. They were good. They were really good. They sounded massive. And I just feel like, because they got like a lot of interludes in between the songs, I would have thought, like, because of what happened, like with the injury, they would be like, right, cut the interludes, let's just fucking 1, 2, 3 every fucking song we can do. Just kick into them. But unfortunately not. But yeah, because I was really hoping to hear Fangs. That new song's fucking amazing. So, yeah, went to see Loathe, and I went to go eat some samosas, because the samosas are fucking banging. So I was getting ready for Alexis on Fire. And again, it was hard to get in because of that front section. Like, I fucking waited. I was like, right, I gotta get in here. I gotta get in here. Because I've been really excited for this Alexis on Fire set. Like, playing Crisis in its entirety and seeing what they were like without, you know, a fucking barrier and stuff like that. So it was, you had a bit of carry on with like getting into the front section again, like I did at Touche Mare. And a lot of people have been complaining about this, so I hope it gets sorted out next year, because it is a bit of a piss take. And I know you gotta like make space for when like a mosh pit opens up and stuff like that. But I'm telling you now, right, I managed to get in that front section about after 4 songs, and there was tons of room. There was absolutely tons of room. I don't know how they work out whether it's at capacity or not, because I just fucking staked my way through. So I was like, I got really close to the front after like 4 songs. But man, Alexis on Fire were fucking brilliant. They were so good. Man, Alexis on Fire. Like, I loved their set of 2003s last year. This might be on par, maybe a bit better. Like, it was just so good. Like, watching people, like, stage dive and like, all the sing-alongs and stuff like that. Like, watching them in that sort of environment. And, like, they sounded massive. They sounded great. They had a lot of cool, like, video, like, stuff on the backdrop and whatever. And, like, loads of cool, like, effects on the camera. It was all mainly, like, black and white to sort of match, like, the Crisis album cover. It was really, really awesome. And, yeah, they were fucking brilliant. They were absolutely brilliant. They played that album in full. And they played, like, a bunch of songs after that. Like, they played, like, Sweet Dreams and, like, Young Cardinals and all that sort of stuff. Another injury happened, though. Like, literally, thankfully it happened at the very... Well, I mean, I say thankfully it happened. I would rather it not have happened, obviously. I'd rather people, like, you know, come out of a gig unharmed. But thankfully it happened. Like, literally, just as the last note was about to strike on Young Cardinals after, you know... Matey boy was bending microphone stands again like he did at 2003's. Literally just before the last note. Like, right, we need to stop, someone's injured themselves. And it was right on the fucking, like, stage diving platform. And they basically said, right, look at this was meant to be the last song anyways, so unfortunately we're just going to have to cap it here. We need everyone to just move away, get this person to an ambulance. And, yeah, apparently that person's okay, which is good. But yeah, it ended there. But still, like, what a set. They were fantastic. So they headlined the main stage, and bloody hell, there's only another band playing the indoor stage, the second stage, like, straight after Alexis on Fire, and that's Converge. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, Converge. I'm sure I've talked about their new album, Love Is Not Enough, earlier on in the year, which is probably my album of the year so far. It is fucking unbelievable. They've also brought out another new album this year called Hum of Hurt, which is a little bit different from that album. And they thought they'd have Converge on from like 11:15 till midnight, which I was like, well, that's a bit late, but it's Converge, I'll fucking do it. So they were the last band of the festival, and it started off absolutely ramo, but I managed to get into the front section of like the second stage, which is great. Converge were just fucking wild. Just fucking silly. They were unreal. They sounded massive. They played a lot of the new stuff, which I was absolutely fine with, really, because when I saw them play Outbreak in 2023, it was very much like a proper greatest hits set list. And, like, you know, I heard a lot of stuff like, you know, Dark Horse, Concubine, and The Saddest Day, and all the other stuff. And, yeah, this one was more focused on the new material. Like, they were playing, like, the title track Love's Not Enough and Bad Faith, which is a massive hulking riff, which is unbelievable. And, like, you know, like, what's that song called? I Just Wanted to Feel, and, like, Distract and Divide. We Were Never the Same was amazing as well. Like, there was just so many of the new album I was, like, really happy to hear, because I wasn't all that bothered about, like, oh, I need to hear their classics again, because, you know, last time I saw them, they played a lot of classics anyways. So, like, it was I was absolutely fine with what I got. I was very, very happy with it. But yeah, they were so good, and yeah, we had like a fair few tracks from Hum of Hurt as well. Well, it's just 2 tracks from Hum of Hurt, a couple of songs from Jane Doe, Concubine, and The Broken Vow. A couple of songs from The Dusk and Us, Under Duress, I Can Tell You About Pain, which is like one of the later albums. Great. Dark Horse, of course, in there. Conduit from When Forever Comes Crashing, which is like really early Converge, I believe. I've not really listened to that album. But yeah, that was a song I've not heard before. He was like, oh yeah, we're going way, way back with this one. And yeah, they went into yeah, that song. And there was another one. There was they did Eagles Become Vultures from You Fail Me, which is fucking feral. Yeah, just brilliant, just absolutely brilliant, man. Converge were amazing. A few of my friends were just like bit much for that time of night, but I was just like, I don't care. I loved it. Yeah, Converge were amazing. They were awesome, and that concludes the Saturday of Outbreak. So a lot of good bands there and then. And I think there's a little less bands on the Sunday. I think there's less bands, but they have slightly longer sets, and it finishes earlier. And we had a bit of a carry on, like getting into the festival. There was a big, massive queue, and basically, like a fucking bin lorry had broken down, in like inside the festival. It must have collected some biffa bins or something like that, but it broke down, so they couldn't get people in. Thankfully, it wasn't too long of a wait. But yeah, I managed to get in the queue with our Adam and like a few other friends and that. So yeah, we were just like, we weren't waiting that long by the time we got there. Probably about 15, 20 minutes. And eventually, like, we just saw like the fucking the truck being torn out, and we were all like, "Way!" Like there was sounds like the big massive truck horn and that. It was all good vibes. We all started to get in, and like there was someone like from the festival team who was just handing out sweets down the line, which was like really lovely. And like because we were like that close in the queue, there was someone like giving out these tote bags from Run for Cover Records, and it had like a zine in it and like a sample CD, so that was cool to get into. Like it was really cool start of the day, even like we had to queue up for a bit. Like it was just like that's why I love Outbreak so much. It's just nothing but good vibes. Nothing but good vibes all around. It didn't mean we had to be a little bit late for Croquill, who were the first band on the second stage from Leeds. They're like proper skitsy, like mathcore, hardcore, very Converge, very like Vain. And like they started to an empty room pretty much, which sucks for them. They pretty much started to an empty room, but as people started, but like a lot of people started siphoning in eventually. There was a lot of people there for Croquill, like sort of after about 10-15 minutes into their set. They were great. They were like out for fucking blood. I remember seeing them play this all day at Newcastle last year, and I thought they were class then. But like they sounded fucking feral and like just naughty, just really fucking naughty. Yeah, they were great. Yeah, Croquill were really good, and I'm hoping to hear some more music by them at some point because they've got an EP which is really good. I think an album by them would be really good. Yeah, so watch them. Gridiron, I don't know a lot by Gridiron, but I watched a bit of their set. I watched about half of the set. They were really, really good. They looked cool. Like they had a lot of people watching from the sides. But it was literally like fucking like Limp Bizkit, but like with a hardcore lens. Like they sounded good. Like they had like some mean ass riffs. It was very sort of like, you know, like basketball vest, like snap back with riffs and like a bit of rapping in there. Like they were really good. Like I said, I don't know a lot by Gridiron. I'd like to though after seeing that set. Then saw Dynamite, which is a hardcore band from London featuring one of the members from Basement. I don't know if there's any of it from any of us, but like just proper like scrappy hardcore. Again, I don't know too much, but like there was a lot of people there for that set. A lot of people doing like stage invasions and stuff like that. Like they were very good. Then went over to see Nothing on the main stage, and they sounded gargantuan. Like probably one of the leading like shoegaze bands at the moment, I think, because their album that came out earlier in the year, like A Short History of Decay, is fucking fantastic. It's brilliant, and saw them at the Broodnell like earlier in the year, and they were good then. But I kind of wish they were a bit louder. But this time they were loud and they sounded amazing. Had these really cool visuals behind them, like really suited that stage. The songs from that album are killer. Like Cannibal World is unbelievable. Yeah, they were fantastic. They were really, really good. Next band, there was a lot of. I'm sure you may have seen this whole Banana Man situation with the band that ended. They got a lot of stick because they called out someone who was wearing a Banana Man suit at some festival somewhere. He was giving them shit like, "Why are you coming in this gig like wearing this suit?" And like, "You're not hardcore or anything. That's not how it's supposed to be." Kind of get that. This motherfucker coming to one of their gigs with like main character syndrome, and you know, thought, "Oh yeah, like." Dressing up as a banana is his thing, and he got called out for it. And like, you know, some people were like on Ended side, some people weren't. I didn't give a fuck about the whole thing, to be honest. So yeah, I walked in, and this might have worked in their favour because the room was fucking rammed for them. Second stage, absolutely rammed. Could not get close enough. There was a few songs that, like, you know, I was stuck around for a few songs. They're a great band, and that new album that came out last year, Wrong Side of Heaven's really good, and they did that cover. The Could You Love Me is fantastic, so they were awesome. Stayed around for Haywire. They were really fucking good. Again, another band that I just don't know that much of, but Haywire were fucking absolutely out for blood, like proper full-on punk, hardcore, loads of fast energy. He did like a speech on like the Field on 25. Of course, like, you know, the people who like got captured for like dismantling like the drones for like that worked with Israel, and like you know, obviously they did like a big speech on freeing Palestine. A big thing that's still going on to this day. You know, I've been going to Outbreak for a few years now, and like the last 2 years, we're still getting people like speaking about it, which is you know, still a big deal to this day. And you know, I fucking back it all the time. But yeah, Haywire were really fucking good. Like, one of the highlights of the weekend. Like, they were fucking class, and I don't know much about them either. And then like they ended on a Title Fight cover. They played Shed, and people went fucking crazy. And big massive stage version for that. Yeah, they were really fucking good. Watched a bit of Trash Talk. Again, didn't know much about them. I sound bad here. Don't know much about Trash Talk, but a lot of people were there for them, and a lot of people gave a fuck. Because I believe it's like the first time in the UK in about 10 years, and they're working on a new album. But yeah, Trash Talk, they were really good. I really enjoyed their set. They were going fucking mental all over the place, jumping all over the stages and stuff. But yeah, watched Trash Talk, and yeah, they were class. But I mainly watched them so I can get a good spot for a little band called Hatebreed, who I've never seen before. I fucking love Hatebreed, and this set is dedicated to like the first couple of albums. Like it was down as, you know, songs from Satisfaction, Is the Death of a Desire, and from Perseverance. So I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be a fucking legendary set. This Hatebreed were fucking unreal. They were so good. Like, I think they pretty much played most of, if not all of, Satisfaction Is the Death of Desire. They played like 5 from Perseverance. I mean, Perseverance is my favourite out of the bunch, but they were also doing songs from Under the Knife, which is the EP before those 2 albums that we're playing. So like, I know we're down for doing Satisfaction and Perseverance stuff, but we're having so much fun doing Under the Knife stuff, which I didn't mind. But yeah, like, all those songs from like Perseverance and Satisfaction were fucking class. 20 songs set in the space of how long? 50 minutes. Like, just not fucking around. People stage diving, big sing. Like, you should have heard I Will Be Heard. Like, the people fucking like, now is the time for me to rise from my feet. Like, just fucking the room was just like, it was completely at capacity. Like, that whole second room, I'm glad I got where I did. Like, so much so that they just put like a notification out on the Outbreak app, just like, stage 2 at capacity. No one else was getting in there, of course. I was surprised that they went on main stage, but like, yeah, they were fucking unreal. But yeah, they played like, they played one song from the Concrete Confessional. They played Looking Down the Barrel of the Day, because why not? It's a big song in it. So yeah, Hatebreed were also one of the highlights of the weekend. Right up there. Yeah, they were fucking unreal. And after them, watched Trapped Under Ice, who were also one of the highlights. They were fucking class. Main stage, second from headline. They were unreal. And like, everyone was moshing for them. There was a lot of people there for Trapped Under Ice. Like, it was going fucking crazy for them. It was going absolutely crazy for them. Like, there was people, like, at the sidelines who were watching the band, like, from behind the amps and the kit and stuff like that, who were just, like, fully fucking moshing and two-stepping and stuff like that. They all came out towards the stage and started two-stepping and moshing and fucking swinging bats and just, like, stage diving. Like, it was insane. Like, Trapped on the Ice, I think, have got what it takes to just headline the festival. Wouldn't surprise me. But the thing is, with Trapped Under Ice, like, they're not really a big touring band, I guess. Like, they just sort of come around when they feel like it. There was a point where I think a few people were like, "Are Turnstile going to play after these?" Because Brandon was playing drums for them, of course, the frontman of Turnstile, and then Franz came out and did a vocal guest spot, who was the bass player from Turnstile. I believe Meg was watching at the sides, who was the guitar player. I was like, this might fucking happen. Like, this might happen. Where's the other two members? And it didn't happen. So I was a bit like, I was really hoping for, like, Turnstile to come out and like, alright, here's fucking Birds and whatever, like, just do 2-3 fucking songs quickly, in and out. But it didn't happen, which is fine. It is what it is. Yeah, but Trapped Under Ice were fucking outrageous. They were great. Saw some Suicidal Tendencies, who headlined the second stage. Again, I don't know much of Suicidal Tendencies. They didn't even play the Pepsi song, whatever it's called, Institutionalized. They didn't even play that. But, like, a lot of people were there for them. A lot of stage dives. They were going fucking crazy. And, yeah, they were good. They were good. The singer's fucking pretty crazy. He's, like, in his 60s, and he's, like, going left to right for all the stages and all that. And Ben Wyman, formerly of Dangerous Escape Plan. Well, I say formerly, he's still in Dangerous Escape Plan. And, like, he's still fucking jumping off amps and stuff like that. Going fucking crazy. So, yeah, Suicidal Tendencies were fucking great. Even though I don't know anything about them, they were great. And then watched Basement, who were headlining. And finished the night off, really. And Basement were, of course, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. The new album has really grown on me quite a lot. Ever since it's released. I think Wired is really good. And they play a lot of songs from that album now. And yeah, Basement were fucking lovely. They were great. Andy Fisher is a great frontman. He sounded awesome. The band were just great. The band were just fucking awesome. We didn't really stick around for all of their set. Like, I think we shut off about 10-15 minutes before this ended, because me and the boys wanted to go get Chinese. we were going to some place called Club 200, so we wanted to get we wanted to quickly go get like a taxi to get a bite of wheat, like, and just like make the rest of our night at like this Chinese restaurant that was open till like 2 a.m. and it has like pool tables and shit. It was so good. It was so good. And but yeah, Basement were fantastic. I think like we left after like I said, played like 16 songs in the space of an hour, so fair play to them. But yeah, we left probably before they did was Broken by Design. But they play, but like we got Covet, we got like Dead Weight, we got The Way I Feel, Time Waster, Spoiled, Bad Apple, Wired. Like they were fucking great. I've seen Basement a lot, and I saw them headline last time. They were fantastic then. And yeah, Basement were fucking great. And I woke up to 3 missed calls from one of my bosses saying, "Why aren't you at work?" I thought I had annual leave, and turns out I didn't. What a stupid bastard I am. Right, that will be... that is Outbreak 2026. Thanks very much, everyone, for listening. Hope you enjoyed that. We're back again next week for a proper like catch-up episode. And were you at Outbreak? Let me know. It was a fantastic weekend, as always is. Hopefully they get the... There's never usually any complaints about Outbreak, but if they can sort out with the whole debacle they had with like getting in the mosher zone and stuff like that, letting a few more people in, but don't overcrowd it. Like, if they can sort that out for next year, I think it'll be cool. And I wonder who's going to play next year. Who knows? Thanks very much for listening. Hope you have a lovely weekend. And yeah, see you next week. And if you're new, I'm on YouTube as Dan Dixon Music. Click subscribe. I'm on there. I'm on TikTok as Dan Dixon Music. follow on Spotify, whatever your streaming platform is for podcasts. Going to be doing a few YouTube videos. I'm going to be doing a What's in My Bag episode, and probably another Me and My Guitar episode as well. So yeah, thanks very much for listening, folks.